Hey Year 4, how's it going? It's Mr. Smith here. Firstly, I hope you and all of your families are well, safe and happy. Keep up the fantastic work, guys. That's my first little point I want to say to you. All of the work that you're submitting to me and your other teachers is fantastic, and you need to keep up the really good work. So well done, guys. You should be really proud of yourselves, all right? So here we go on to week 3. This week we are going to focus on kicking and striking. So without further ado, let's get straight into our lesson objectives today. So like I say, guys, today we're going to focus on kicking and striking. We're going to be using our feet and our legs to send an object in the way that we would like it to go. This skill is really important in sports like rugby, football and American football if you go to play on things like that as well. So today, and again, hopefully we're going to have them pop on the screen now, we're going to focus on developing a technique for kicking with the inside of our foot. We're going to develop a technique for kicking with our laces. And we're going to use and apply these skills in some different games, alright? So, what you'll need today is, as always, a nice space, whether it's a front room, living room, no TV, so we've had a couple of injured TVs so far. Make sure you're well away from any TVs today. So like I say, a nice bit of space. A drink is always good. I've got mine here. Make sure you've got yours. You're going to need a bucket or a container and a couple of balls or pair of socks if you've got them, and some sort of markers. That could be anything just to mark some sort of distance. It could be a jumper, a t-shirt, a footstool, anything that you could think of to mark some things, all right? So I'll pop your checklist on the screen now. Go and get the things you need. Let's make a start. All right then, Year 4, it's time to warm up. As you know, warming up is really important. Gets our bodies ready, gets our minds ready too. So, as usual, there's not going to be any sort of teaching points of this. We're just going to get moving. We're just going to have a bit of fun. So, the game is called Collect the Treasure. What you're going to need is your bucket or container somewhere. You need a marker or a spot or anything like that. And you need 5 balls or pair of socks in a line about a sort of step or 2 steps away. So it's all in one big line, just like this. The balls are your pieces of treasure, and you're going to collect them into your bucket here. Here is how you collect them. So your starting point is going to be this spot here. You are only allowed to collect the bit of treasure at the end of your line. But to get to the end of your line, you need to tap each ball or pair of socks 5 times with your feet. So I'll give you a quick run through, and then I'm going to have a go and see what I can do. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to dribble it back. I'm going to use different parts of my feet. I'm going to stop it when I get about here. I'm going to put the ball between my feet. Lift it up. Goes in, there's my treasure. The next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dribble it back. Out on the spot, 2 feet. Nearly, try again. Nearly again. Bounced out, alright. So you get the sort of picture. So, like I say, no teaching points, just give it a good go. Now, this game is going to go at Year 4, 5 and 6. I would like to see who is the quickest, who's got the best time. The next video is going to be my time at this game, then you can have a go. Let's go. So then guys, 1 minute 12 seconds to try and beat for the warm-up. It's hard work, it certainly had me out of breath, hopefully it has you too. it definitely serves its purpose as a warm-up. I'm definitely ready to move on to our main activities, and I hope you are too. So, the game that we're going to play is Score a Goal. What you're going to need is your ball, alright, you're going to need your bucket or container, but I want you to put it on its side so it's just like a normal goal, like football, alright? And then you're going to need your 2 markers. So I've got one here, look, and I've got one here. So, if I can get my ball between the yellow markers, I get 1 point. If I can get it into the middle container, I get 2. This is how it's going to work. So, you're going to get your ball, put your toes onto here, you're going to step back once, pop your ball down. I mean, it would have went in if it wasn't a bit of a lip, but you know. So hopefully it goes in, then we'll go 1, 2, so we're on 2 points so far. Then we'll go, there's another one, then we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, try and get it in again, a bit further out. Yeah, there we go. Can we get 4 this time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we do it? Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I say, if it goes slightly off, so if it goes over here, don't worry, as long as you can get it in between your goal that you set up, you still get a point. Your goal can be as wide or as narrow as you like. It's your game, it's your challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, make it a bit smaller. If you want it a bit easier, that's fine. Make it a bit wider so you still get those points, alright? Give that game a go, and in the next video, we're going to talk about how you can improve our shooting and kicking technique. So guys, I've been turfed out of the hall. Alright, reception have went in for their PE, so that's not a problem. We're just going to come to a different room and we'll set up exactly the same game. So as you can see, got my ball, I've got my game that we've set up just before, so it's no different, alright? And it just goes to show you, you can do it in a living room, a bedroom, anything, as long as you've got some kind of space. So, now we're going to talk about some of the teaching points that are going to hopefully improve your kicking technique. Remember, I want you to try and use the inside of your foot and your laces too. I want you to try and find out which one is more accurate. Being accurate or having good accuracy means the ball goes where you want it to go. So if you're aiming for that middle container, if you have good accuracy when you kick it, it will go there. If your accuracy is not quite there just yet, that's fine. It might go somewhere different where you've aimed. That just means we need to do a little bit of work to improve our accuracy. So, here we go. The first thing I want you to do when you've got your ball set up is to take a couple of steps back. You don't need to run too far, but if we're just standing close to it, we're only using one leg for the power generated. Whereas if we take a couple of steps back, that helps generate more power when we go to kick, alright? The next thing I want you to think about is the foot that we're not using to kick. So for me, that's my left foot. It might be your right foot, that's fine. I'm just going to glue it, I'm going to plant it next to my ball. So I'll take a couple of steps back, I'm just going to jog forward, and then I'm going to plant my foot here. So it's right next to the ball. Not too far so it stops the ball going far, but it's going to go somewhere near the ball here, alright? Once you've done that, you're going to put your arms out for balance, so you go into here, because this leg is then going to swing back to generate some power to kick the ball, alright? You want to try and aim to kick it in the middle of your ball, maybe just below it as well. Alright, so try and look at that. And remember, use your laces, use the inside of your foot, also use the instep. The instep is somewhere between the inside and your laces, so about here. Probably about the side of your big toe. So, going back to our point. So, a couple of rows up, glue your foot to the floor, arms out for balance, swing your foot back, swing it forward, and then we're going to try and get the contact in the middle of the ball like we talked about. After that, I want your foot that you kicked with to follow through. So that means we're not just going to stop, it's going to swing forward, and I want you to try and point your toe in the way that you want the ball to go. So if I'm aiming for that container, I'm going to go here, swing, and my foot is going to finish there, pointing to the container. If it goes over here, that's probably where the ball is going to go. So, it's going to look something like that. Arms out, swing back, contact, follow through. Of course it wouldn't work. Why would it? Alright. But hopefully with a bit more power and a bit more pace like we would normally, goes up into here, and it goes straight in. Alright. So, I'll pop a checklist on the screen now so that you can double check your pointers. tick them off as you go, give it a go, take your time, try and tick off all of those points that will hopefully make you more successful at being accurate in kicking and striking. Alright guys, so that brings us to our Beat the Teacher challenge for this week. Now in a second I'll show you our video with our special guest this week, setting our score to beat. But for now I'm just going to talk you through what the challenge is so that you know what to do in order to beat the teacher's score. What you're going to need is you're going to need your container, a ball and a marker or a spot, but you don't really need one, it's just up to you. So what you need to do is, if you have your container and you can take sort of 2 or 3 steps back, so you're a nice sort of distance away, but not too far. I'm going to go about here. And all you've got to do is you've got 1 minute to try and volley the ball into the container. Volleying means it's going to be in the air. So instead of it being from the floor, we're going to start from in the air. All right. So you're going to have 1 minute. You get 1 point every time you get it into the container. And we're going to go from there. Like I say, you can use a pair of socks. If you've got bean bags, a tennis ball, a football, it's up to you. So all you're going to do on your spot here, if you want, you can bounce it first, then kick it, or you can just kick it from your hand straight away. So we can go either bounce, little kick, oh nearly, get your ball, bring it back, you get into timer 1 minute, or go from here, oh a bit too soft, from here, too soft again. Oh. There we go, so that will be 1 point, and you would have 1 minute to try and beat the score. Now, this challenge is tricky. It's really hard. It's going to take some practice. So, what I would suggest is setting that up, having a few goes until you're pretty happy with it, then set your 1 minute timer and try and beat the teacher's score. Without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to our special guest who's going to set or beat the teacher score for this week. Good luck, guys. Alright, and so we are joined by the one and only Mr. Tedeschi. Here we go for the 1 minute Beat the Teacher challenge. I've explained all of the rules. He knows what he needs to do. We've had a practice because it is a tricky one. We're ready. Hopefully you're ready too. Count along as well. 1 minute is ready. Mr. Tedeschi, as always, if you want to stop the trial at any point, you can say, I am a celebrity. Get me out of here and we'll stop it immediately. Apart from that, your minute begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
That's rigged, to tell you.
1 point. There we go. Oh, 2 points.
Oh man.
Loads of time still.
Oh, that was rubbish. Get in.
We're halfway there. We're halfway there. Oh, he's moving on to 4. The rhythm's going. Great shot, Mrs. Tedeschi, on to 5.
Oh man. Come on. Get in.
On to 6. Can you get 1 more? And that is time. 6-2 beat. Well done, Mr. Tedeschi.
So thank my mum, thank my coaches. Stuck through, thick and thin.
So,
bring it on.
Give it a go, guys. You've got 6 to beat, like I say. If you want to have a bit of a practice go before you do it, that's what we've done. Give it a go. Hopefully, you can beat the teacher this week.
Good luck.
Alright then, guys. So that brings us to the end of our lesson today. I really hope that you've had fun and that you've enjoyed it and that you've also improved your kicking and striking skills, alright? As always, guys, keep up your fantastic work. Remember to upload your efforts to a response to this activity on Seesaw so that I definitely see your great efforts. Finally, guys, alright, keep being positive, stay active, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next week.